Well, we are all trying to find perfection in this imperfect world, in this ever evolving world. No moment in our life is perfect. It is up to us to grab that moment and make it perfect. Similarly, a perfect relationship isn't perfect. It's just that both the people in that relationship don't give up on that relationship. So when Ketu, the south lunar node, and the planet Venus are in conjunction in the Libra sign, that is from the 18th of October 2022 until 11th of November 2022, you shouldn't expect anything to be perfect in your relationships. You shouldn't expect anything from your relationships at this point in time. Whether it is your spouse, whether it is that love relationship, whether it is that romantic relationship, whether it is that platonic relationship, whether it is that family relationship, you shouldn't expect anything from anyone at this point in time when Ketu and Venus are together in the Libra sign. You should continue contributing towards that relationship at this point in time without any expectation from the other person. The planet Venus signifies white color, beautiful clothes, luxury, love affairs, romantic relationship, your libido, marital bliss and poetry. While on the other hand, Ketu signifies occult science, detachment, respect, fame and change. Ketu also signifies disputes, illnesses, diseases. The planet Ketu, south lunar node, has this tendency to separate you from things, from your near or dear ones, or it tends to create a dislike for people in you. Ketu is also about pain, suffering, your physical pain, your joint pains. So at this point in time when Ketu is with the planet Venus in the Libra sign, and Venus will be in its own sign at this point in time. So this is the time to focus on your relationships at this point in time. Whether that relationship is at your workplace or your home, you need to give focus on those relationships at this point in time. Try to give everything to that person whom you love at this point in time, and don't expect anything from them at this point in time. So you need to exhibit selfless love at this point in time when Ketu and Venus are together in the Libra sign. Well, seeing the planetary positions and Ketu, I mean the south lunar node with the planet Venus in the Libra sign, I want to tell y'all something today. I want to tell y'all that at this point in time, you may want to remain detached from your relationships, but don't give up on that relationship at this point in time. Don't give up on that marriage. Don't give up on that romantic relationship. Don't give up on that love relationship. The other thing is that if something isn't working for you in your life, if you think you need a change in that particular thing which you are doing currently, you must change. Insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result. So if you have been doing a certain thing at this point in time and that is not giving you your desired results, you need to change at this point in time. You need to think what you can do differently at this point in time to change your life. Well, you could also change your attitude at this point in time towards your relationships. If you feel that you need to upgrade your relationships at this point in time, if you feel that your relationships are not giving you the necessary peace and calmness in your life, then you should avoid those relationships at this point in time. I'm not saying that you need to give up on those relationships. All I am saying is that to ignore and avoid those relationships at this point in time. Well, if you are the person who is always texting, who is always messaging the other person, and the other person doesn't seem to be interested in responding to your messages, then it is better for you to stop messaging them. Create your absence in their lives at this point in time. Don't try to be too pushy at this point in time. If you think that your presence is making someone else uncomfortable, It is better for you to leave that person alone at this point in time. I mean, for the time being, giving too much importance to those relationships, chasing and pursuing those people more than what is required, who are avoiding you, who are ignoring you, will create further problems for you in your life at this point in time. I'm not telling you all to shrug off that responsibility you have towards them in your relationship. All I'm saying is that if they are not comfortable in that relationship with you, you should avoid them. You should ignore them. I mean, for the time being. And instead of you always messaging them, texting them, wait for that moment when they start messaging you and texting you, and only then start responding to them. Try to create an absence of you in their lives at this point in time so that they can realize the value of you. Don't get emotional in your relationships at this point in time, because the other person may try to take advantage of your emotions at this point in time. I mean, they will take advantage of those sentiments and love you have for them. They may recognize your emotion as your weakness, hence they will try to take advantage of that situation at this point in time. I'd say do what you can for them and don't have any expectation from them. Just become like God. You know, God gives us everything and He doesn't expect anything from anyone. Hence, you also try to adapt this same attitude at this point in time where you don't expect anything from anyone. Try to spend quality time with your loved ones, near or dear ones. And if you had any sort of anger, resentment or bitterness against anyone in your family, towards your loved ones, your near or dear ones, you need to pardon them at this point in time. You need to forgive them at this point in time. Let bygones be bygones. Keeping your honor and respect at this point in time, you should maintain your relationships. Don't get into any sort of dispute at this point in time when Ketu and Venus are together in the Libra sign. You shouldn't have any dispute with your near or dear ones, loved ones. Try to avoid those quarrels and fights with your family at this point in time. While your relationships may try to create disharmony and discord in your family, in your life, in your personal life, you need to stay aloof from this disharmony. You need to stay aloof from this discord in your family at this point in time. Well, the other thing is that don't indulge in any sort of vices at this point in time. You should control your intake of alcohol at this point in time. You shouldn't gamble at this point in time. You shouldn't involve yourself in any sort of illicit relationship at this point in time. And if you do so, then the consequences of this would be tragic for you, would be traumatic for you. Life at this point in time may push you towards darkness in your life, may push you towards defeats in your life, but make sure you aren't defeated at this point in time. Try to remain as ignorant as possible at this point in time, because ignorance is bliss. Try to remain as close as possible to the realities of life at this point in time. Don't stay in any sort of illusion regarding any situation, any person, any circumstances at this point in time. Try to find the real reason behind what others are doing to you at this point in time. And if someone does anything wrong with you, you should forgive them at this point in time with your heart and soul. You know, unforgiveness is that poison which you drink and expect the other person to die. Don't remain stressed in any sort of relationships at this point in time. You know, it is better for you to forgive others at this point in time and release that baggage of unforgiveness from your shoulders. Otherwise, this unforgiveness will create a burden on your life. Try to empathize with people at this point in time. Try to understand the other person's viewpoint at this point in time. Try to understand the other person's perspective at this point in time. And only then act against or for that person. But if you live in assumptions at this point in time, Your relationships might get destroyed in the future. So try to work on your relationships at this point in time, and you must forgive the other person even if you know that the other person is wrong. Become magnanimous at this point in time if you want to improve your relationships. Well, this is all I wanted to tell you all about Ketu and Venus in the Libra sign. If you want some specific predictions about yourself, then you may contact me directly. Well, like I always say, that if you wish to know your future through astrology and you are determined to live the best possible version of yourself, well, one must always try to live his or her best version of themselves, because there is only one life to live. There are no duplicates of a life. You will not get a chance to live this beautiful life once again. And if you want to enhance your luck in your life, if you want to boost your luck in your life, if you want to increase and improve your luck in your life, then I want to tell you all, I have several remedies for you. You know, these remedies which I'm talking about are a fusion of astrological remedies, Vastu remedies and religious remedies, which can be utilized by any person of any religion, because I believe that there is only one God in this universe. I'm talking about that God who has created this universe, who has invented this universe and all the things in it, including us. And if you want me to pray for you, because prayer can move mountains, so if you want me to pray for your health, wealth, success, money, business, job, career, relationships, education, marriage, married life, property, etc., 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 then also you may contact me. You may also contact me for a Vastu visit of your flat, office, residence or factory. And if you are hell-bent on taking your life from the ridiculous to the sublime, from the low point to the high point, from nothing to something, then you may contact me over WhatsApp. My WhatsApp number has been given on this video. Have a great day and a great life ahead. God bless you all. Jai Mata Di. Jai Ma Kali.